next contest is between boxers from Mexico and Slovakia. We have 5 scoring judges. They're from Moldova, Egypt, Puerto Rico, Bulgaria, and Canada.
Coming to the ring first, fighting out of the red corner, representing Mexico, Rogelio Romero.
So here comes Rogelio Romero of Mexico towards the boxing ring.
And now please welcome the boxer fighting out of the blue corner, from Slovakia, Matúš Strnisko.
His opponent is Matúš Strnisko of Slovakia. So we're underway then. 86 kilogram cruiserweight action between reigning national champions. The taller southpaw wearing red is Rogelio Romero. Fresh from his appearance at the Olympic Games, he made it through to the quarterfinal stage, only to run into a man who is his own personal nemesis, and that is Arlen Lopez, who has accounted for him in various competitions over the years. Of course, those men competing in the Americas zone, so they see a lot of one another. And Romero simply cannot get past the man who is now a 2-time Olympic champion. His opponent, wearing blue, is Matúš Strnisko, competing in his 2nd World Championships on the senior stage, having boxed in Yekaterinburg in the 81 kilogram light heavyweight division 2 years ago. Both men have proven themselves to be the best in their homeland. It's a confident start over the front foot from the taller figure wearing red. Oh, that's a nice left uppercut landed by Romero, and he's really looking to take advantage of his man. Bombing away out of the corner is Strnisko, but he's being worked over here. Hooks crashing through the middle and around the corner. Terrific work by Romero in the first half of this opening round, and on the resumption he steps right back into the breach, and he's continuing to apply pressure. Tall 86 kilogram cruiserweight boxer, approaching 2 meters in height. There's the right hand that wasn't too far away from Strnisko. And Romero now electing to go onto the back foot. Nice defense to block that shot with the left forearm from the Mexican boxer. Counter right hand off the back foot. Is a beautiful shot as Romero continues to show his variety. Started the round as a front foot aggressor, whips in a nice left hand bolo shot to catch the advancing Strnisko. And now he's on the front foot once again and spearing the man's defenses with straight punches and hooks. And there's a terrific left hand driven into the body that hurts Strnisko, and he's backing up, and now he's standing still in the neutral corner just above our commentary position. Terrific work from Romero, who is boxing beautifully in just about every facet of the game. On the front foot, on the back foot, on his toes while on the back foot on occasion, and now as the flat-footed stalker once again. Strnisko has got his hands full here. Right hand over the top from the man in blue. Still in there pitching. But it's been a difficult opening round for him. in with this tall southpaw boxer from Mexico. Very good round of boxing indeed from Rogelio Romero. And it's all smiles over in the red corner. So there's confirmation, a clean sweep of the cards for Rogelio Romero, taking it 10-9 for all 5 scoring judges. Well, there was the left uppercut from Romero. Again, you can see the jabs and the hooks that are being pushed out with tremendous force. There he's showing his ability to roughhouse it on the inside. Nice defense with the left arm from Romero. But all in all, a very good round, and that was a beautifully picked straight left hand driven down into the abdomen of his opponent. So into the second round we go then. Rogelio Romero, the reigning Pan Am Games bronze medalist in the 81 kilogram light heavyweight division, competing in his second World Championships here, having boxed in Hamburg back in 2017. In the 81 kilogram light heavyweight division. And I talked about the fact that Arlen Lopez is something of a personal nemesis. Well, there, you ran into the peerless Julio Cesar La Cruz, who again has handed him a whole host of defeats in the course of their continental clashes in the Americas region. But that gives you an idea as to the caliber of Romero. Well, neither boxer really heeding the referee's commands to his satisfaction, so he's just reinforcing them. The stern talking to in the direction of both. Approaching the midpoint of the second round, and again, it's a back foot posture being adopted here. Romero has shown that he's comfortable going forwards and backwards, moving laterally left and right, and look at that contemptuous shake of the head after he made the man miss by shimmying at the waist. And again, that's not to disrespect the opponent, but it could be a little bit demoralizing because you're dealing with a tall pressure fighter, like being pursued by a wall. When you're in with a tall boxer who is on the front foot, he's shown that he can box on the back foot as he uncoils the left uppercut once again in between the gloves of Strnisko, who gamely comes forwards, but he's really not having much success. There he tries a right hand to the body, which wasn't too far away. But he's having real difficulty establishing his range at this type of tempo is Strnisko, and maybe he's going to have to roll the dice and attack in waves, because trying to box his way in behind singles, well, Romero looks as though he can deal with this type of tempo all contest long. So what can Strnisko do differently in a bid to turn things around? Good right hand to the body from Strnisko, perhaps his best shot of the entire contest, but look at that left hand bolo shot whipped in from Romero in response as Strnisko scored upstairs. And again, Romero just demonstrating his composure on the sound of the 10-second clap where he elects to come forwards. It's just a little bit of afters in the form of love taps exchanged between the two men on the sound of the bell. 2 rounds completed, both of them, for my money, taken convincingly by Rogelio Romero. And there's confirmation of the fact that Strnisko, well, how is he taking it on a 3-2 split? I thought Romero did enough. By taking his foot off the gas, it's allowed Strnisko right back into this now, because it is all square, 19 points apiece on the cards of judges 3, 4, and 5. I don't think that Strnisko did enough to win the round, but that is how 3 of the judges see it. And so now, going into the third and final round, 3 tied scorecards mean that it has all come down to this. Remember, in order to progress, you need an absolute majority of the 3 scoring judges. So into the third and final round then. And given the fact that AIBA Live scoring is available for the coaches, for them to share the information with the boxers, how are the protagonists going to elect to contest this third round? Because Romero, for my money, put himself in a different league altogether when he boxed on the front foot. Oh, that's a good counter left hand after he was tagged by Strnisko. And now all of a sudden, he finds himself in a contest that is in the balance. Strnisko is growing in confidence. Good left hand once again behind the right jab. But Strnisko charges forwards and drives the man back into the ropes. Romero trying to work his way out of it. Approaching a minute gone in the opening round. And that's the danger of not, when you have the ability of not keeping your opponent in a place of discomfort. Of course, they're going to have something to say about that fact. But Romero appeared to be the boss in no uncertain terms when on the front foot. Demonstrated that he can box on the back foot, but perhaps he wasn't active enough during the course of the second round. And Strnisko has taken it on a 3-2 split. So for judges 3, 4, and 5, this contest up for grabs. Again, Romero can appear to look contemptuously in the direction of his opponent. That's hitting on the break. He's going to have to watch that he's not Dr. Point here, Romero. Because if that fate befalls either of the boxers, it will change the complexion of the contest entirely. Romero playing matador, making his man miss, weaving away from punches after he scored with a southpaw left to the body. But again, well, he did this in the second round and it cost him dear because he conceded it on a 3-2 split, and it seems to be even more exaggerated and pronounced here in round number 3. So, is he taking a risk by boxing in this type of fashion? And you see, well, I think the referee was telling him to engage there. Counter left hand off the ropes. But again, it's Romero looking to initiate a clinch. I think this is a risky tactic given how the second round has been scored. Maybe physically he doesn't have the energy to do anything else. Comes forward once again, picked off by a counter right hand as his shot missed. What a beautiful right uppercut. And then more success with bent-on punches from Romero. Right hand to the body is an eye-catching shot, and perhaps that burst of sustained quality from the man in red will be enough to give him this round, because both of these 86-kilogram cruiserweights appear to be really feeling the pace here. Swing and a miss to conclude the contest from Romero. Strnisko thinks that he's done enough, but I think that burst of quality with hooks and uppercuts from Romero with about 15 seconds to go is enough to see him take the final round. Because remember, it is all square on the cards of judges 3, 4, and 5 after 2 completed rounds. How will the judges score that final 3-minute frame? I think Romero's done enough. But how will the judges see it? Well, the amount of time it's taking suggests that it could well be a split decision. Nervous moments for the boxers. And again, you have to give Strnisko credit, because after conceding the first round unanimously, he kept on coming in the second, and his perhaps greater activity with Romero on the back foot was enough to see him edge it on a 3-2 split. Here's the verdict. Oh my goodness. And there it is. Matúš Strnisko taking the contest on a split decision verdict. Look at that. 5 cards of 28-29. And crucially, all of the judges who scored for Strnisko in the second round scored for him in the third. And so the tactics of Romero of electing to ease off the pressure have come back to haunt him here. And it's Strnisko who goes through. I thought that he did enough to take the third round. It was very close and comparatively low punch output. I thought Romero's burst of quality in the closing stages was enough to take it, but the judges have seen it differently. And in a contest where 5 scorecards of 29 points to 28 were returned, 3 of them favoring the work of the man in blue. And it is Strnisko who eliminates the Tokyo Olympic Games quarter-finalist to progress through to the second preliminary round. He'll face off next against England's Conor Tudbury. That contest scheduled for the 31st of October in the afternoon session. And that is what victory means to the boxer from Slovakia.